Howdy who, all my stock market gamblers. I'm Tall Mike. Welcome today. It's Friday, January 22nd, last trading day of the week. Very exciting, very exciting. So what do we got going on today? Well, we got the markets actually having a down day. Is that possible? I think we're still in the buy to dip mentality. This is probably a buying opportunity. The trend is still up. It's not time to short the market. I know a lot of people trying to short this market and it's just not working yet. The market is in an upward trend. Now that's going to change at some point, but not yet. Not yet. The market is still melting up, melting higher. You keep printing money. You keep putting 2 trillion, 3 trillion, 4 trillion into the stock market. It's not going to go down yet. Now at some point it will. At some point the market just won't care and it will drop. But right now we're still in that uptrend. Now what I want to talk today about is real estate. Real estate's fascinating to me, and I get a lot of pushback when I say that I think the real estate market is going to come down. The housing market's going to come down. They go, Mike, it can't come down. It cannot come down. It never comes down. Well, that's not true. It did. It came down hard back 2008. Dropped in the financial crisis, and it's going to come down again. But what we got, now the reason I think it's coming down, you see, real estate is really, it's a derivative. It's not, it's a derivative of interest rates. Okay, so interest rates are at basically a 5,000 year low. Okay, they don't have much room to go. Now, we could be like Denmark, where Denmark has a 0% interest rate on their home loans. 20 years, you pay 0% interest. Maybe we'll get there, but this is by the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve already buys 1 out of every 3 mortgages. 1 out of every 3 mortgages owned by the Federal Reserve. Okay, what if the Federal Reserve stops buying these mortgage-backed securities? What's it going to do to interest rates? Well, I'm telling you, they're not going to be down here at 2%. No. They're going to go up 3, 4, 5, 6%. And what's that going to do? The housing market's going to go boom, 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 boom. The thing that's holding the housing market up right now is free money, cheap money, and they want to pump more hot air into this market. Now, this is really funny to me. This is probably one of the funniest things I've seen. Right now, the average home in the U.S., the average price of a U.S. home is roughly $320,000. Now, here's a point that for you people that think the market's going to go higher, maybe we're going to get that average up to $500,000 homes. Okay, $320,000 now, going to $500,000. Why is this even possible? Why is it possible? Well, Biden has come out with a plan. He's come out with his proposal that give all first-time home buyers, people that don't currently own a home now, to give them $15,000 for their down payment to buy a home. Okay, now what is $15,000 going to do? Well, Biden wants to promote the FHA program more and more. The FHA program, now think about it, you only need to put 3% down. Regular loans you need between 10 and 20% down. But with the FHA program, you need 3% down. So let's talk about a $500,000 home. You put 3% down. Let's see, how much is that? $15,000. Well, Biden's going to give it to you, so you don't need any money to buy a house. As long as you buy one below $500,000, Biden will give you the $15,000 for the down payment. So you take Biden's $15,000, you put it to your down payment, and you move into a $500,000 home, right? Well, then what do? What if you don't want to pay the mortgage? If you didn't have money saved up for the down payment, you probably don't have money to pay that mortgage. Don't worry about it. We got forbearance. You can start forbearance anytime you want between now and September. And that'll take you all the way out for another year with no payments. They can't kick you out of the house for over a year. Okay, so let's think about it. It didn't cost you any money to buy the house. You're now living in a nice $500,000 home. In a lot of parts of the U.S., $500,000 is a very nice home. Now, where I live, a lot of FHA loans aren't available because our prices are above $1 million. It's hard to find a home under $1 million. And FHA loans, now they did increase this year in 2021 from $765,000 to $822,000 is this ceiling cap on FHA loans in my area. Each individual area is different. But okay, so they increased the ceiling cap on that. But okay, so let's say you get into that $500,000 home. Let's say you live in, I don't know, Nebraska, for example. $500,000 home there buys you a castle. A castle. Okay, so you get this castle for $500,000. You don't need any money to buy it because Biden's going to give you $15,000. You're going to get an FHA loan for 3% down. You're now living in this castle. And you go, well, I don't really have any money to pay for the rent, so you just stay. It's called forbearance. Forbearance is being extended out until September. And it's actually a year from September because you can start forbearance at any time. It takes a year. And they'll probably extend that. Now, I know in the U.S. a lot of people are talking about the cancel rent culture. Everybody wants to cancel rent. If you're renting an apartment, you want your rent canceled. I don't know why we feel so entitled in the U.S. that we want everything for free. I don't know how landlords feel about this, but I bet they want to get their rent paid because they got to pay the banks. But if you cancel the rent, the landlord doesn't get the money, and the bank doesn't get the money, and the banks are going under. Now, look, the banks are scaring me. I mean, you go to an ATM on the banks, and a lot of the ATMs are out of cash. A lot of the branches have closed, and there's lines at the branches that are open just to get your money back. Banks are scaring me, but now if landlords aren't going to pay the banks because we're going to cancel rent, maybe Biden cancels rent for everybody. Maybe he gives free houses to everybody. Free houses, no rent. The U.S., what a great place it's become. You know how great a place it is? We just had 900,000 new jobless claims just this week. This week, 900,000, that's almost 1 million. And we've been doing about 1 million a week all the way back till last March. And we're still doing 1 million a week. Where is this V-shaped recovery they keep talking about? There's no recovery. There's no V-shape. There's no recovery. Look, we got to get something straight here. Anyways, there's no recovery. Biden's going to give away free houses to people, and the people that rent houses apparently don't have to pay the rent because we have a rent moratorium, and maybe we're just going to cancel rent completely. Maybe we're just going to go with universal basic income for everybody. I'm really worried what's going to happen to our country, but it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch, but I am very worried about the direction the country's going. Okay, so this is just residential real estate. What's happening to commercial real estate? Are malls doing well? Are all of the stores paying their rent? No, they're not paying their rent. So once again, landlord doesn't get their money. The bank doesn't get their money. Okay, the economy has collapsed. We are at Great Depression levels of delinquencies on real estate, on residential, on commercial real estate. We are in a Great Depression. And they make you think that everything's great. Oh, we've got great recovery coming. We're going to get the stimulus checks out. Everything's going to be fine. Look, maybe it is great. Maybe just living in a home rent-free forever is what the U.S. is going to become about. Maybe there is something as a free lunch. Maybe we can print money till infinity and beyond. I don't know. I don't think it's going to end well. But that's just my opinion. The current administration, they're telling you everything's great. Everything's great. Economy's going to be great. It's just going to bounce right back. We got the vaccine coming out. Now, it's fascinating to me. Do you know Trader Joe's is actually paying their employees to take the vaccine? The employees are getting paid to take the vaccine. If the vaccine's so good, why do we have to pay the employees to take it when they want to take it automatically? I don't know. The vaccine makes me nervous. Maybe I'm just a nervous person. Maybe I just think too much or worry too much. That's possible. But anyways, I think real estate is still going to come down as much as Biden's trying to blow that hot air into the balloon. Blow that hot air, Biden. Get that balloon growing. No, I think the balloon's going to pop. I really do. I really do. I think it's going to pop this year, later this year, 2021. I think it's going to pop, and I think we're going to see it. I just don't think we're ready for it to pop just yet. But I think it's coming, and I think you should be prepared for it. Stock market crash is coming, but not yet. Right now it's going up. We're in an uptrend. Wait till it hits the downtrend. You'll have plenty of opportunities to get in a short position. It's not time to go short the stock market yet. Stock market's still going higher. They're still blowing the hot air. We'll see how long they can keep it propped up. We'll see. Anyways, get out there. Have a great weekend. I'm Tall Mike. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button so we can talk again next week. Get out there. Have a great day, and we'll talk again next week. I'm Tall Mike.